west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he abdominal. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get through the fire. Around with me, and I had them niggas spin like a tire. But down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
This is the I.S.U.P.K. We're here teaching the black man that he is the Jew, and this book that everyone reads, if you can raise it up, this book is your history book. It's talking about the black man all throughout the Bible, all house of Israel, and that's talking about you.
That's right.
Now the topic is the Lord only protects the righteous man. Now lots of people, the word righteousness, they don't even know what that is. So we're going to go in the Bible and show you how to be righteous. So if you can give me the book of Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter and the 25th verse. So when you get that, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments.
If you notice, it says, it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do what?
All these commandments.
Yeah, so a righteous man follows the commandments of God. A righteous man don't just sing and dance. To be righteous, black man, is an action. To be righteous is to open up his Bible and to do the commandments. That's what righteousness is. Righteousness ain't about if you're going to sing. It's about what you're doing. So to be a righteous man is to observe and to do all of these commandments. You can then read it again.
And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God.
And then you're going to do all these commandments before the Lord your God. The God of this Bible, he's not the God of everybody. That's a lie. Religion don't know the Bible. The God in this Bible is only the God to the Israelites. And that's found all throughout the Bible, all house of Israel. And it says, what? If you read the part again.
Before the Lord our God, as he have commanded us.
And then it says, to the Lord our God. It didn't say everyone's God. To do these commandments to the Lord your God. Why? Because the God of the Bible, he's only dealing with the Israelites. He gave the 10 commandments to the Israelites. Christ only came for the Israelites. That's why he's your God. The God found in here ain't dealing with everyone. That's a lie. Read it again.
And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
And there when you was commanded, black man, you are commanded to keep every law in this Bible. You can't do what you want. That's a lie. God hasn't given you a chance to do whatever you want. But guess what? God in the Bible, he gave you laws, statutes and commandments, and that's what you have to do. You're in an agreement with the Most High. You're in an agreement to follow all of these commandments. And guess what, black man? You have to. There's no way out of it. The only way for you to be on top is if you change and you repent. And that word repent means to change. And guess what? You're going to change to following all the laws, statutes and commandments found in this book, the Bible. So from there, give me Psalms 34 and the 50th verse. So again, as we're saying, the righteous man, that's the man that the Lord is going to protect. You know what I mean? A man that follows his laws, God's going to be with that man. And guess what? In these last days, you need that protection of the Lord. Why? Because World War III is coming. And guess what? World War III is written of in the scriptures too. A lot of you don't even understand that. But the I.S.U.P.K, will learn you everything, black man. And you're going to understand that for you to get the protection of the Lord, you must follow these commandments. For you to be saved from World War III, you must be following these commandments. So when you get that, read that Psalms 34 and the 15th verse.
Psalms chapter 34 verse 15. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous.
What?
The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous.
Yeah, so the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous man. And a righteous man is a man that keeps the commandments of the Lord. So what's that saying? The eyes of the Lord are over a man that follows his commandments. Not a man that sings and dances, but a man that applies his commandments. So guess what? God's going to be watching over that man. God's going to be protecting that man. Why? Because that man is following his commandments. That is a righteous man. Read that again.
The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry.
Yeah, so the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and a righteous man is a man that follows his commandments. So God's going to watch that man. God's going to protect that man. Why? Because he's a righteous man. He's following his laws. He's following his statutes, and he's following his commandments. Read.
Psalm chapter 34 and verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles.
There, and that man, he's going to be protected from the Lord. Why? Because he's a righteous man. Deliverance is going to be on that man's way. Why? Because he's a righteous man. He's following his commandments. And guess what, black man? In these last days, you need that protection. You need to be righteous. Why? Because World War III is coming. And a lot of you don't understand this, but World War III is written of in the King James 1611.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So from there, give me Job, the 18th chapter and the 11th verse. A lot of you don't understand that World War III is coming. All these attacks that you see is written up in the Bible, and we're going to read one of them right now. When you get that Job, the 18th chapter and the 11th verse.
Job chapter 18 verse 11. Terrors shall make him afraid.
What?
Terrors shall make him afraid.
And there, man, what we see now is horrific bombs, killing, and guess what? In these last days, these are the things that are going to make them what?
Afraid.
Afraid. And guess what? In these last days, everyone is afraid. Why? Because of all the war, all the things that you see. And the Bible said that this would happen. And guess what, black man? You don't want to be a part of the wickedness that is about to come. So what do you need to do? You need to be righteous, which is what I'm on about. And the Bible says the Lord will protect a righteous man. And to be righteous is to be following the commandments.
That's
so you
right.
need to be up in here, up in the I.S.U.P.K, following every law, every statute, and every commandment, so that you can get that protection. And read on.
Terrors shall make him afraid on every side.
Right. From there, give me Revelations, the 11th chapter and the 14th verse. So we show you that World War III is written up in this book. This book is a history book talking about the beginning and also these last days too. And guess what? World War III is written in here, and we're going to read it right now, showing that this book is a prophetic book, and this book is only for the Israelites, the so-called black man. So when you get that, read that.
Revelations chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
And now that third woe is talking about World War III. World War III is coming fast, black man, and that's written of in the Bible. Why? Because every nation has oppressed us, black man. Every nation has robbed us. And guess what? For the love of you, God is going to make them fight against one another. He's going to make World War III happen for the love of you. Imagine that. God loves you so much. He's going to destroy everyone else in World War III. Why? Because he loves you so much. So when you get that, so if you can read it again.
Revelations chapter 11 verse 14. the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
World War III is coming quickly, black man. That woe is talking about World War III, and that's coming real quick. And guess what? If you don't want to die in that war, the only one thing you gotta do, which is keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Be a righteous man written up in the Bible. Be a man that follows the commandments. And guess what? That third woe, you won't be affected by that. From there, give me Psalms, Psalms 91 and 1, Psalms the 91st. Like start at 1. So to be righteous is to keep the laws, and if you don't want to die in World War III, you must be following these laws. You got no other choice. And at the I.S.U.P.K, you're gonna learn every law, every statute, and every commandment. Why? Because you're commanded to follow every commandment. So when you get that, read that.
Psalms chapter 91 and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Yes, now to abide in the Most High is to keep His commandments. If you follow His commandments, you're going to be protected, and that's what it's saying. You're going to abide with the Lord. Why? Because He's going to protect you. If you follow His commandments, then that means He's going to be on your side. Read. From there, 6 verse
Psalms chapter 91 and verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night.
Once you're a righteous man, you're not going to be afraid. World War III ain't going to make us afraid. Us at the I.S.U.P.K, we are not afraid. Why? Because we're righteous. We're the people that follow the commandments. That's why we're not going to be afraid. But guess what, black man? If you ain't in here and you ain't following the commandments, then you should be afraid. Read.
Nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
Yeah, so anything that goes on, you don't need to be afraid of it. Why? Because the Lord's going to be on your side. Why? Because you're a righteous man. You're a man that's following His commandments. That's why you ain't got nothing to be afraid of. Read on.
Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noon.
What?
Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
There, man. That destruction right there is those bombs that waste away. Us at the I.S.U.P.K, we're not afraid of them. Why? Because we're righteous. We're following the commandments. And if you become righteous too, you wouldn't need to be afraid of that too. Read.
1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Yeah, so guess what? People are gonna die all around you, and that death won't come upon you. Why? Because you're righteous. You're following the commandments. 1,000 are gonna die at your right, 10,000 on your left, and yet still no harm ain't gonna come upon you. Why? Because the Lord's on your side, and the Lord will be protecting you because you're following His commandments. Read.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold.
Yes, so now only with your eyes you're gonna look at it. You're not gonna be harmed. Not one hair is gonna be affected. But guess what? All what you're gonna do is look at it. You're gonna be protected so much. I know what you're gonna have to do is just look at it, and no harm won't come upon you. Why? Because you're a righteous man. You're a man that's following the commandments of the Lord. Read.
And see the reward of the wicked.
There, man, that's their reward. Now, to be a wicked man is to not follow His commandments. To be wicked is when you don't follow the commandments of God. And now that death was for the wicked, for the people that did not want to follow the law, for the people that said, oh, with that there it's old, I don't need to follow no commandments. And guess what? A righteous man, he's going to look at them only with his eyes, and none of that harm is going to come upon him. Why? Because that man kept the commandments of the Lord. Read out.
Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee.
Amen. Nothing will befall you. Why? Because you kept the commandments. From there, give me Malachi, 4th chapter, verse 1. So we show you that World War III is on the way. And guess what? To be protected from this, you must follow the commandments. You must follow those laws, those statutes, and those commandments. It's the only way. If you want the protection of the Lord, that's the one thing that you have to do, black man. There's no other way. Religion ain't helping us, but guess what? If you follow the commandments, that's the help right there, black man. So from there, you got that for me? I read that.
Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Now, what is this talking about? This is talking about World War to read. These bombs burn, and guess what? He's seen it, and he's saying what?
That day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Guess what? With those bombs, they burn, and guess what? The prophet, he's talking about this day. He's talking about World War III, and the day's gonna come where everything's gonna burn. Read.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
And guess what? All the wicked, they're gonna burn up in that flame. Why? Because they wasn't protected from the Lord. They were the people that was not following the commandments. Read.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up.
And on that day, it's gonna burn them up. Those bombs are gonna burn everything. World War III is written of in the Bible. This Bible is a prophetic book, and that day is coming where everything is going to get destroyed, burnt up. Why? Because the people did not follow the law of the Lord. They thought that, to read this and to follow the commandments, it was a joke. But that day is going to come where everything's going to get burned, and the wicked with it too. Read.
Saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
It's going to burn them up all in one. And guess what? This day is prophesied in the Bible, and World War III is that day. Why? Because the people did not want to follow the law of the Lord. And guess what? In World War III, all those people are going to get burnt up, which we're reading of right now. Read.
But unto you that fear my name.
And who?
Unto you that fear my name.
Unto them that are afraid of the Lord. For them that are afraid. Now, how are you afraid of the Lord? You're afraid of him when you follow his commandments. That's how you are afraid of him. And it's going to explain what's going to happen to those people that was afraid of the Lord. Read.
Shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
And for those, they're going to receive that protection.
Nobody tell you cry. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, sold packs, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good ship. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword.